are driven by the finer things. I see more than materials and wealth. What have you got to give to me? What I don't already give myself. You are driven by the...
Hello, welcome to a brand new episode of Illuminated DiiSCLAIMER. I feel like seeing a little bit different today. Hope you're doing well and I hope you're finding new ways to illuminate your path. So wherever you are, I hope you're having a really good time and thank you so much for your continued support. I really do appreciate you. Well, without further ado, let's get into the meat and bones of this video. Now, I wanted to talk about manifesting your dream life. Now, in the past, I realized that I wanted to be a go-getter, a trendsetter, and I became third dimensional, as I like to call it, because I was fully involved in the materialism of this world. And as a result, I didn't really appreciate my talents and my innate ability to maximize my potential through manifestation. Now, as I came into my 30s, I realized I wanted to change this and started doing some research, started doing some introspective thinking, and started to spend more alone time with myself, especially in places like nature, where I could just be nice and I felt like I was being surrounded by life, even though you can't perceive anyone to be there. And I realized that the only way for me to manifest my dream life is to become very, very intentional with what I wanted to do, specific, and become obsessed with it to a certain extent. I'll explain. So the first thing I did was I started writing a definite chief aim. This is on the 4th of August of 2022. And I realized I wanted something. And I wrote what I wanted, I wrote the date, how I wanted it, and I basically wrote the ways in which I was going to get it. And that helped me a lot because it helped me realize what I currently do. It helped me see what I brought to the table, and it actually made me think that although what I wanted might have seemed a lot, it was possible. And the fact that it was possible gave me that belief that this idea was going to succeed. Now, once you have that, just read it a few times a day. I'll say 2 times or even 3 times. Once when you wake up, once before you go to sleep, and once during the day if you can. And just imagine what this money would do to you. Now, I've done a video about the law of assumption as well, and imagine money, any items, what materials, whatever you want in the world. Imagine it happening now. And you can start to shift your reality towards this. And what I realized was the most important things is, you can't really connect the dots when you look into the future, but you can connect the dots when you look into the past. And with introspective thinking, I actually saw that I was actually manifesting in the past. I wanted to make a certain amount from my job. And I remember back then I didn't get it. And I realized that I didn't have the confidence and I didn't believe that I could get that money. But looking back, I started having more confidence when the deadline passed, and eventually I did make that money and more. I realized that I wanted a new car, thought about having this new car, did the research, and I ended up getting the car. And one of my most recent cars, I had this unshakable confidence. I saw myself in the car. I was on Auto Trader all the time looking at this car. Whenever I see this car, I'll be like, that's a beautiful color. And I really got invested in this car. And the day that I wanted this car, I promise you, I had enough money for this car. Now, these are things that have happened to me, and I can actually say that wholeheartedly, I have been manifesting. So what I had to do was set clear intentions. I had to make sure that I had this unshakable confidence that it was going to happen. I started to have the assumption that I had this thing. So when people would ask me about this thing, I would tell them I had it. If they said, is there anything you look forward to? I say, well, I have just got this thing, but I'm just waiting to collect it. And we need to actually put that into it, and the universe can help us achieve these things. And we might think to ourselves, the universe helping us, it might not work. I can't see this universe, I can't feel this universe, but the universe is all around us. If you are religious and God created everything, then God created you, which means that you are God. You are a piece of God, therefore you are God. If you have a bit of water inside of you, you are water. A minute amount of water, but water nonetheless. And this is what you need to see. You have the power of imagination. You have the power of creativity. Because God created God created everything and God created you, so you are extremely creative whether you believe it or not. You can paint a perfect picture of what you want, but what you need to do is have the feeling as if you have it. So to manifest your dream life, you need to own in on exactly what you want. If you want a new house, draw it, make a vision board. If you want to have a missus, write down the quotes. Sorry, not the quotes. Write down the traits that you would like of her or him or them. If you want to make a music video, pay attention to your dreams. See the vision, see the vividry, make something unique. But no one can make something as unique as you can. No one can make that dream life unlike you. And I would say the last part before I conclude this video is to find your own path, because a lot of us, we look for external validation to see what we want. I want that house over there, but I don't really close my eyes and see what do I truly want. Because this house might look good for my eyes, but it might not be good for my spirit. I might go into it and not feel the energy or the vibe that I would have thought in my dreams. So use this time to cultivate what you truly want and hone in for exactly what you want. Don't own in for what other people are telling you. Don't compare yourself to others and don't see life as a competition. See it as a community, cooperation. Those are the right codes. And use that energy and use that abundance of imagination to actually visualize and start moving towards your goal. You can identity shift as a result. If you want to have more confidence, become more confident. You have the confidence now, so just step into your role. Now, there's other things I want to mention which can help before I go, and that is some things like astral projection. Find a way to astral project, start doing research. There's even videos on YouTube which will help you astral project. And the most important thing about this is when you start astral projection, you can actually go into another life. You can go on an alternate timeline. You can experience whatever you want. Now, this might take a while, but I've tried it and it does work. And it gives you so many different ideas. So I'll say just start trying these things. I want to do more episodes like this in the future because this is something that's really interesting and I think this should be shared with the masses. Our imagination is so powerful that sometimes you can't even fathom it. We're not supposed to fathom it. We have so much power, we have so much creativity, we have so much potential that we can't really measure it. It can't be quantified. So go out there, write everything you want from your dream life and work towards it. Imagine it to be true now and you'll see everything start going in your favor sooner or later. This has been a new episode of Illuminated Disclaimer and I've been Sydney and you've been awfully awesome. Thank you so much for watching. Until the next time, thank you so much for watching and keep on finding new ways to illuminate your path. Take care.